What is up YouTube, Jamie the Kid 00 here, coming to you guys with another episode of, I guess I'm going to call it testing. This is the first ever one of these that I'm going to commentate over, but essentially I wanted to bring you guys some videos of me testing that weren't going to be related to the book series, because I wanted to just play decks that I'm actually play testing for major events, because I don't get much time and I really need to test rather than kind of produce these really poor book decks, which I really don't have enough time to develop anyway. So for this one, I'm going to be playing a Shaddoll mirror match. I open up alright. I mean, my opponent just sets a couple of background passes, and I make a pretty nice board in his end phase. So I'm going to flip on the Falco. I go to target the Beast, but that's fine. I wanted to kind of leave the Beast in there anyway. I'm just going to go straight into Ascension, getting the Shaddoll Fusion back. Ascension's going to be on 4k, and I'm going to try and go for a swing for 55 directly to the face. I was more confident in it, especially because I saw the Veiler. So the Shaddoll Fusion comes down, that's not really a problem. I have the Ascension on board, so we really don't have to worry too much about that. He can fuse from the deck, admittedly, and get a little bit of plus, but both of my back row are chainable and relevant in this situation, because of course I can make Sheki Naga, and I can also make I can also defuse his monster depending on what I need to do. So it goes into the construct. He actually kind of goes off here, it's quite strong. So he's going to send the Beast. I'm discussing Ascension in the chat. He sends Beast, draws one, and sets the Falco. So it's actually a really strong board for him. He's now going to accompany this with another construct, if I remember correctly. I think he realizes here he's made some measure of a misplay, but I mean, I don't think it's really that big of a problem for him. He appears to have quite a few resources here. So he's going to try and drag in my back row. I'm just going to chain the Shaddoll Fusion to get a Sheki Naga, because then at least the Sheki Naga has an automatic out to one of the constructs, because the construct has to trigger when it attacks one of my monsters, because they're both special summoned. So the Sheki Naga is an out to at least one of them, and the Defusion gives us an out to the other, which basically means we've outed his field already if he plays into us, which we'd expect him to because he's going hyper aggressive. We automatically have the Veiler for the Dark Armed. I was holding off on the Veiler because I could see he'd banish the Dark Armed, so I just didn't want to use it at all. So we're going to hold off. He's going to MST the back row for safety. I'm going to chain the Defusion, spinning his construct. He's going to attack with the other construct to try and bait out the Shek so he can Dark Armed me. So the Shek is going to trigger. We're going to special him back to the Falco. He doesn't attack with the Dark Armed over the Falco, which is a misplay. He tries to speed play the Dark Armed, and I say you've got to do it. You've got to do your targets, friend. So I'm going to Veiler the Dark Armed, of course. Got to slow that all down. He's kind of frustrated, of course. You can see in the chat that I've had quite a few of the outs, but I mean, he's had an incredibly strong board, so it's only fair that I'd have the outs. So we're going to go aggressive now. We're going to get the use the Falco to summon the Beast. I left the construct in there because I wanted to still have the targets for Ascension, because Ascension can't summon stuff back if it leaves the graveyard at any point. So we're going to go fully aggressive here, switching the Shek to attack mode. I take some time to actually think out my play, because I need to think about what I really need to out. So I'm going to go Ascension into the Dark Arm, because fundamentally the Dark Arm needs to go. We know that one of his back row is Shaddoll Fusion, and his entire field is Darks. I don't want him to get a construct to possibly make another construct off of an Shaddoll Fusion, so I just attack into the Falco and use the Shek. I mean, he goes for the Squamata anyway, which kind of confused me, but I'm still going to use the Sheki Naga, and he's going to scoop there. Just kind of had to quit out of Skype there before I got possibly called. I debate what I wanted to swap out here. The only thing I really wanted to put in was the Raigeki, which I actually draw the one of Raigeki and the one of Veiler, which is kind of interesting in this opening hand. I kind of think about the hand, but ultimately I've only got one play to make, which is summoning the Scepter and ending. My hand is fairly weak apart from having the Raigeki to repel any kind of big play, but as you're going to see here, having that Raigeki really doesn't matter. He's got an incredibly strong opening hand, and he's just going to proceed to absolutely ruin me, drawing further cards off Beast, dropping the Dark Armed, summoning the BLS, and then he sits there considering his options. He sends the Bulb off of the Mathematician to get Armory Arm, which is a card I've never seen in Shaddolls before. I don't think it was a very good choice, but hey, it aids him in his OTK. I sit here considering Veilering his BLS when he exits the main phase 1 if he was going to leave the monster on field to try and get more damage. But he's ultimately just going to Dark Arm my Scepter and attack for game, which is fair enough. So we'll go to the game 3. I consider putting the Veiler back in, but at the same time I kind of want to keep the Raigeki. I'm going to go second here to force him to at least try and make a play, and I may even be able to OTK him. That was kind of my mentality on this one. I'm going to upstart because I wanted to try and draw a chair. I'm going to summon the Scepter and search the chair anyway. But I mean, I don't want to thin the deck of chairs. I want my chances to be high in drawing them. That's why I upstarted early. I'm just going to set all my relevant back row. He's going to chain Core in the end phase, and then he's going to Shaddoll Fusion. somewhat prematurely, I guess. He's doing it into 3 back row, and he didn't wait until I had an extra deck monster, so he's going a bit aggressive on this one. He goes to Dragon my core, so I'm going to chain Shaddoll Fusion so I can use the core and make it my own construct to defend me. I have the defusion again, so my construct is very safe. He complains about never having Trish, but you never Trish in this deck, let's be honest. So we're going to make our plays. I'm going to send Beast to add more cards to my hand to aid in the OTK, and I draw into the Dragon, which is a fundamental key piece of swinging for game on this one. Ultimately, he's going to allure, sending the Squamata. He's going to MST. I'm going to chain the defusion again. I mean, all of my back row is chainable in this deck, so I mean, he can complain if he wants to about MSTing into bad stuff. I consider my options here. I do the math. I actually run the math on my calculator real quick. I'm going to then special the VLS to clear his monster. And then I realized that with the Dragon and the Shaddoll Fusion, I actually have enough points for game. So guys, I hope you all enjoyed on this one. This is going to be the OTK. My opponent's going to scoop up, and I'll see you guys next time, hopefully, with another quick testing video. And let me know if you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see if I can do some more. Peace out. Bye-bye.